Evil 4.
He called Hunnigan right after and was like, alright, there was a moment when everybody left, and I was like, hey, where's everybody going? Bingo? Oh, the church bell rang. That's what. Hold on. Fuck, I fucked it up. Shit! Okay, so the church bell rang, and everybody left. And I was like, where's everybody Wait, Hunnigan, why'd you hang up? Hello? Hello? Hunnigan. He was so proud of that joke.
He was.
I love this game. It's weird because I feel like this game, like when they made this game, they did take it seriously. Like I think that they very much were serious about like the plot and the and everything about the writing and everything, but it comes off so cheesy and B-movie-y that it's like perfect. It's almost as if they're aware of it, but like I don't think they are.
It's so subconsciously it was dictating what they did.
It just has just those great lines of just like, where's everybody going? Bingo. Huh, and I thought this was a that thing. You know, like all those kind of like lines like are gonna pop up throughout the game.
Like halfway through, you just expect them to go groovy.
I know. But but again, it's not actually self-aware. That's what they think good writing is, because again, it's a team of people who write in Japanese who are translating it to English, so it comes off with, however, an English mentality, you know, a Western mentality of what action is. So
shoot, bang, bang.
Yeah, America. I don't know why they're Eastern European, but
so they're always involved at some point.
No, nowadays.
Yes.
In the port of this, I'm sure Eastern Europeans did it.
Yes.
It's weird, like you know what's funny is like most mediocre like third party games I play nowadays, like Mafia 2, or like not so much Remember Me because that was Capcom, but I think that was a European Capcom team. But like
you forget.
Every now and then you pick up a game, you're like, oh, this is okay. It's not like great, but it was like decent or whatever. And it's like more often than not like made by some team in the Ukraine, and it's just like, why are they suddenly now all up in video games? Like if you want like a game that's if you want a game that's good enough, go to Eastern Europe, and they can do that for you. This game is above par.
Nice through the fence. That's what I'm saying, because there's like
like a game like Mafia 2, the shooting all works, the driving is good, like the game, like everything in the game is like done as well as it should be, but it's not. It still lacks that kind of but it lacks any innovation. It was like it was made by a team of robots.
Hey, there's a thing on the wall.
Who know what make good game controls? Hey, yeah.
Hey, I know that guy.
Yeah. Who took this picture?
And
that guy in the hat? Can you imagine any one of these people, these brainwashed, brain slug control people, walking around like DC, like stealthily taking pictures?
No, because they're just like, go ahead, Mo. Go ahead,
just like
click.
It's like yeah.
Excuse me, senor. Where can I find more Kodaks? I mean, well, it's like 2008. Everyone's using digital cameras.
Yeah. That's always weird to me when certain games hold over certain things. Like there's no reason for Resident Evil to hold over. What did I save this one? Oh, alternate saves. There's no reason for Resident Evil to use typewriters anymore. That was
other than the fact that they've always used typewriters,
right? Other than the fact, but it made sense to some way. It was like, oh, you needed save points because there didn't exist. Save anywhere wasn't a thing, and they wanted to It was weird. It was a time where saving was almost new, so it became saving was a part of gameplay. It was
right. It was why suddenly
you have 10, you have 3 ribbons, and you can only save 3 times, because if you play a game like RE1, it's a relatively short game if you know how to beat it.
Right.
And so the way to get around that is that if there was a certain point, if you fucked up, you had to go over and start all over again, and that increased gameplay time. You had to play through, fuck up, go back to start over again. Now you knew how to play it, get to a point that you had never played before, fuck up, die, do it all over again. And you had to limit your saves, and that became a part of a gameplay. But in this game, I have infinite saves, so it doesn't really matter. Also, RE1, you're in a fucking mansion. It makes sense there would be old typewriters laying around.
Right.
Why in the middle of a field is there an old typewriter?
Well, you never know. This fine gentleman could be the next Dan Brown of Spain.
Yes.
I mean,
Daniel, what is Brown? Daniel Cafe?
Daniel Cafe.
I don't know. There's a word for
I would read Daniel Cafe.
That means Daniel Coffee, but I don't know if there actually I don't remember. There's a proper word for brown, but you can also just say coffee, like coffee colored. Because they're assuming you mean coffee with coffee grounds or coffee with milk in it, not so much black coffee.
There you go.
I think there's an actual word for brown. I don't remember now.
El Browno?
Like, there is a word for, fuck that, I'm gonna get that later. I'll get that when I get closer. There's a word for orange in the Spanish language, but, like, some people do this, like, that's separate from, like, the word for orange, the fruit.
Right.
There's a word for orange, the color. But most people just say naranja, which is orange, the fruit. Like, in the same way that people in English say, like, orange, as an orange, the color, and orange, the fruit, and orange, whatever the fuck. But a lot of people just learn it kind of like slang or whatever. It's like, oh yeah, whatever. You know what I mean, so fuck it.
There you go.
Sorry, I think I skipped past the. I skipped past the note real quick. I don't think people watching were able to see it. But the note said, if I can read it, if I shoot 10 of these medallions. If I shoot 10 of these medallions, I will be awarded. I will get a reward.
And the rest is
Yes. Yes, it's legible. Yeah. Also, why is it written? Why is it written in English? Why is the rest illegible, and why is the first half that is written in English?
Why are we pirates though?
Written in Spanish. Why are we pirates though? If anybody here has seen, okay, so as a kid growing up, me and Dan were both big fans of Power Rangers. I think everybody in our age group was.
Yes.
And so occasionally, you check in because you're interested. Like, I don't watch it anymore, but it's like, oh, what are the Power Rangers up to these days?
Yes.
Where has it gone in the couple years I've been absent from it? So
I love how he's just sneakily like, I'll climb out the window because he'll expect if I walk through the door.
Yeah, that's how you get him. But anyone who, so those who don't know, Power Rangers was a series created. Was a Japanese series brought over to America by Saban, which the name of the guy who actually run the company is something Saban, Harold Saban. I can't remember his name. And he saw this thing that over Japan that they called the Super Sentai. He's like, this is great, kids will love this. I'm gonna bring it over. We're gonna translate it. It's gonna make $1 million. Mm-hmm. And he was right.
Yes.
He also brought over Samurai Pizza Cats.
Oh,
was also him, and Big Bag Beetleborgs and a whole bunch of other stuff. He just was like, oh shit, there's all stuff in Japan that people in America have never seen, and I think it's super toyetic, and we can sell this.
Right.
So Power Rangers in 1993, he brought over the Super Sentai series, called it Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, took the Japanese footage, spliced it with American footage of teenagers walking around high school being like, whoa, dun, 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 dun. Martial arts, karate, smoothies, don't do drugs.
Which is a very accurate description of the
and
series,
made like a series that has continued to this day.
Yes.
So, like 2 years ago or whatever, I tuned in for whatever reason, and it was like out of the blue. Like there was no reason for me to really do this. I looked into the actual Sentai series, like the actual series is based on in Japan, what they were doing, and they were celebrating their 50th anniversary. For us, it's been 20, 25 years. For them, it's been 50. They've been doing it since the 70s. And for the 50th anniversary, they did something that was radically fucking awesome. They had a Super Sentai series called Super Sentai Gokaiger, which was essentially Space Pirate Rangers.
地球の平和と人々の笑顔を守り続けてきた34のスーパー戦隊。宇宙帝国残虐との戦いで失われたその力を受け継いだのはとんでもない奴らだった。海賊戦隊オーガイジャー。
They were pirates from space, but they still had a ship that looked like a normal ship with sails, but it flew through space. And they were Power Rangers.
Everything a young boy would like.
And it was awesome. It was their big hook was that since it was the 50th anniversary, these particular Sentai had the ability to transform into any previous Sentai who's ever existed. which meant it was tons of in jokes, tons of things. It had high production value. Even if you were not a fan of that, I forgot something. Even if you were not a fan of that series in Japan, and you were only a fan of the series in America, you'd still be super into it. It was so cool, and I was so happy that I just kind of stumbled upon it, like a passing interest to look into it. And I was like blown away by it. And there was a big kind of thing between the Beerstein. There was a big thing in the community of fans who were like, oh, like, I wonder what they're gonna do when they bring Gokaiger over to America, because it's so Japanese and it's so like into its own culture, its own history. How do you separate the two things? What do you do? How do you deal with all those Rangers who have never existed in America? So, a lot of people, the theory was they weren't even gonna do Gokaiger. They were just gonna
much of a hassle.
Yeah, fucking skip it. Just do two, because Nickelodeon bought it and they started doing like 2 seasons of Samurai, 2 seasons of Megaforce, 2 seasons of this. So people are like, oh, they're doubling up on I gotta run, bitch, run. They're doubling up on seasons, so let's fucking I
love how ridiculous he looks when he's running.
So let's just skip it. But no, they actually do Gokaiger here in America. They call it Super Megaforce. Watch it on Nickelodeon. Go on Hulu and watch it. It's on Hulu, I think, for you to watch. At least the first couple episodes. It is the previous Ranger team, the Megaforce team, who were based off the Gosaigers, the fucking Angels. They were like an Angel Ranger team in Japan. And they have all the same powers. They use the same footage, the same ship. But at no point do they explain or make mention of the fact that they're fucking pirates.
In fact,
Even though they are super piratey. If I showed you, without any context, I showed you a picture of the Rangers in their suits with weapons, I would say, what does this look like? You'd be like, oh, they look like pirates. That's a pirate sword, and that's a pirate gun, and the helmets kind of look like pirate hats. They
have pirate admiral jackets on their...
They're pirates. These are pirates. It's not called Power Ranger Pirate Force. It's just called Power Ranger Super Mega Force. And they're like, yeah, Super Mega Force power is awesome. And I'm like, but why are you pirates, though?
At no point do they explain it.
And then the ship comes in. The Gokai Galleon just comes flying in. This big fucking pirate ship. And it's like, yeah! And it's like, but it's a pirate ship. You're pirates. Why are you mentioning that you're pirates? And, like, it's so much so that you know kids at home have to be aware that, hey, those guys look like pirates. Like, they know what pirates are.
Yeah.
Like, kids... And also, why not make them pirates? Kids like pirates. Fucking... Have you seen Jake and the Neverland Pirates?
Yes.
Is Toby too old for that, or does he watch that?
No, he watches it sometimes. He doesn't like it as much though. He's
because he likes more like he already is watching stuff like Power Rangers and
he loves Power Rangers.
older kid stuff.
Loves Power Rangers, loves Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He actually recently he's been getting more into space stuff. So
there's a big push now. We're getting more sci-fi stuff now in the upcoming couple years. Like, it looks like we're going away. It looks like it's gonna kind of go away from superhero to like space shenanigans, which is why I think Guardians of the Galaxy is gonna be so fucking cool, because it's gonna be both.
Yes.
But it looks like there's gonna be a lot more sci-fi in the next coming years, just based on like some of the stuff that's been coming out. And there aren't really too many shows. Are there too many kid shows right now on that are like sci-fi or space stuff? Like not that I can think of.
No, I mean, like, what are the popular ones right now? There's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
There's
some space stuff in that.
There's Adventure Time, which I guess they go to space every couple episodes.
There's space is kind of mentioned, but it's very metaphysical.
Yeah, it's more so going to another dimension than it is going to outer space.
True that. Handgun bullets.
I can't think of... You might want to reload that handgun, then.
Yeah, probably. Grenade.
I can't think of a kids space show.
Yeah, I don't think there is one right now. But I think you're gonna see in like next 2-3 years a bunch of is gonna pop up.
Yeah,
especially with fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, he
voicing Cosmos.
He has become the superstar of. It's funny you mention that because Toby loves him. Loves Neil deGrasse Tyson. Loves the fact that it's just all about space. And did you know that he used to be fucking jacked and he was a wrestler in like college and high school? Who?
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
No.
Dude,
you're messing with me.
Look online. There's pictures of him.
I refuse to believe that.
There are pictures online of him wearing like the wrestling, like the professional, like the Greco-Roman wrestling, like the blue tunic or whatever it is, like the blue leotard with like the helmet with like the ear things.
Really?
And he's like big upper body, and he's super like he's like cut, and he's just like yeah, and it's like holy, he used to be a wrestler, and that's what he was super into. And then this is what I heard, and I don't know if this is true. That's true because there are pictures of it. Like I know that's true.
Right.
And that makes sense. Like, you see guys who like they're super into athletic, and they go, you know what? Who wants to upkeep this? And they kind of let themselves go a little bit, and they go to the field. But supposedly, from what I've heard, I saw it on Reddit, so it might not be true.
Reddit,
But
the source of
at
all
one
truth.
point, he was considering becoming a male stripper, and that he went. I apologize if I'm spreading misinformation.
No,
But he
please,
was
go
at
ahead.
a male strip club, and he was like, "Man, maybe I should become a stripper, like make a lot of money, blah, 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 like in between you going to class." We'll deal with this in a second. But then apparently he saw a guy come out with like his jock strap like on fire, doing like a routine, and he was like, "No, maybe science, maybe not light my dick on fire for money, maybe talk for a living is better." Okay, so hopefully naked Neil deGrasse Tyson with a big flaming heart on does not come flying out of this. Oh, thank God.
Viewers, if you're watching and you're exceptionally talented with gifts, please just put like a flaming dick butt shooting out of it.
No, don't do that. No,
Yeah, no, lots
seriously.
of
don't
lots
do
of
that.
dick butts.
No dick butts.
Like them?
Every now and then you see a pretty decent fucking dick butt. You see the one where it was like someone doing this really cool like not calligraphy, like they're doing like circles inside of circles, and it was like exponentially creating more swirls and more circles,
Yeah, it's like spiral art.
and it was going like to the center, and they go all, and it's like a 30-second like minute gif,
Oh wow.
and whoa, that motherfucker's huge,
What?
and we cut up, and it's just like gigantic wedge of cheese,
Is that Neil deGrasse Tyson?
right? No,
That's
it's Bill Nye.
Oof.
Nope, never mind. It's your death. Oh, you got fucked. Did anybody get the number of that motherfucker who hit me? Not even a pun, just like
It's like, but I can't.
I can't bother to be smart about this. No, but it scrolls all the way inside in the center of the circle. It just goes. It's like a long gif, and then it's really beautiful. And it's like big butt, and you're like motherfucker.
It's funny how dick butt has become such a phenomenon.
Yeah.
It's like why?
Where did that start?
I don't know. Like I want to say what is the origin?
What's the origin? Because someone had to draw the first dick butt.
Yes. And there had to be some context. Bloom.
Hey, wake up. Ay, ay, ay. Crawl out of one hole and into another.
Like a vagina,
Wanna
am
tell
I
me
right?
What's going
Yeah.
on here?
Am I right?
Americano, see? Now what brings a bloke like you to this part of the world? Oh,
First off, isn't it kind of a little like racist that he's assuming he's American? What if he's Canadian?
Name's Leon. Came here looking for.
Or is American just North American?
No, pretty well. No, because if he was Canadian, he would say sorry.
Or something?
Oh, sorry about that.
Yes.
You don't know.
Sorry about landing on you.
Maybe.
Oh, sorry I couldn't save you in time.
Yes. I'm sorry we ended up in this situation, eh?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna fucking kill myself.
I'm
So
sorry. I'm
sorry.
sorry for saying that. That was rather dark.
Where does that like of all the stereotypes?
Power.
So for your stereotype of your nation to be you are the most polite, nicest people like of the land
I overheard one of
is one hell of a stereotype that I would attribute it to you.
You know what? I've actually been to Canada. This
Have
was
you?
years ago.
I've never been.
I have been to Canada. And the one instance that really solidifies that for me was I was waiting to cross the street in like some small town. I was waiting to cross the street. And, you know, growing up in New York, you're like, if there's cars in the street, don't cross because they're not gonna stop for you. They're just gonna be all assholes and try to run you over.
Yeah.
So you wait, and I'm just like sitting there waiting, and I'm waiting for these cars to pass. I'm looking down, thinking to myself, whatever, and I notice the cars hadn't passed. So I look to my left. Well, the car is about 10 yards back and waiting for me.
Go on.
Yeah.
Take your time, but as much time as you need.
I look to my right. The same fucking thing on the right. 10 yards back.
Hey, that guy's got a good idea. You should go.
So apparently I was the jerk.
You're the asshole waiting for the cars to just blast right through you.
Exactly. I'm the one messing up everyone else's day.
Oh,
After you.
ぜ教室兄弟5マンジェットマンはトレンディ10年恐竜ファンタジー記録で勝利だ大レンジャートップの忍者だ隠れんじゃ俺古代の超力だ交通安全カーレンジャー学園精神メガレンジャーアースの戦士のキングマンゴーゴー5はレスキューだタイムレンジャー未来から絶対覚えていたいスーパー戦隊レッツゴー一番大きなお宝ゲットレッツゴーファイネ嵐の時もへこんだ時も負けないぜ続々海賊戦隊公開じゃ
Ooh, to grass ties and sun.